If you want to go pro, you have to understand that you won't magically go from 1 KPR to 100k in 1 month. Today I'm going to go through the 5 most important steps on how to become a pro player, and I can guarantee that if you follow these 5 steps, you will significantly increase your chances to go pro in Fortnite. One of the most common mistakes all Fortnite players do is make excuses, and you guys might be asking Idrop, what do you mean by excuses? Well, I'll explain it to you now. I mean that almost no matter your circumstances, you can go pro. One of the things I hear the most as a pro player is Idrop. I can't go pro because I have bad FPS, or 60 ping, or 144 Hz, or I don't get as good teammates as me. Well, obviously having bad FPS or bad ping is a disadvantage, but if you really believe in your ability to go pro in Fortnite and you know you can do it, what's stopping you from going out, getting a job for a couple of months, then invest the money you get from the job back into buying a new PC or new internet. When I started off, I worked at McDonald's for a couple of months so I could afford a PC, because I knew with hard work and dedication I could make it pro. The only limit you have is the one you set for yourself in your own head. If you keep blaming others for your circumstances for not seeing success, you won't ever become successful, and that's the harsh truth. My biggest regret in my Fortnite career is not taking everything I play 100% serious. If that's laying in my chair wasting countless of hours not focused, just playing on autopilot and creative and ranked, or if that's not taking scrims serious and simply just wasting my time. This is where one of the most important things in Fortnite come in. It's not about how much you play, but how effective you are when you play. For example, if player A has 8 hours of a day to play and player B only has 4, that doesn't necessarily mean that player A will be a much better player than player B. In most cases, player A will actually be worse because they have all the time in the world, while player B only has 4 hours. So player B will be aware that he has a lot less playing time than everyone else, and most likely take everything he plays serious due to the limited playing time. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you play on autopilot and you are not focused while practicing, you will never develop into a better player. My advice to you guys is to figure out what you're bad at and what you're good at by asking your friends or people you respect to give an opinion on you as a player, and then take the most common things they say and practice them until you've fully mastered it. Which brings me to my next point. Finding the right friend group / circle is so important for pretty much everything in life, including Fortnite. Finding like-minded people that strive every day to be the best at their craft is such a big advantage over everyone else. Having people that don't make excuses and people to play with and improve with every day is so important to your growth and success. And you guys might ask me, how do I find the right friend group? Truth be told, it's not as easy as it sounds. Finding people that grind every day and works hard with no excuses is very hard, but something to keep in mind for this is it might not always be the most fun or motivating to be with people that only focus on improving and reaching their goals, but it is the best way to succeed as quick as possible and to reach the next level in your career. Warming up is actually one of the most underrated things in Fortnite, as having consistency in your daily routine is so important for improvement. I like to usually warm up for 30 minutes every day, and on turn days I'll warm up for about an hour, so my mechanics and aim are extra smooth and on point. What I normally do to free build is I go into this map, Raider 464's mechanics training map, I'm pretty sure it's called, and then I go to 0.x speed, and then I just basically start free building, trying to hit as many edits as I can, and then just to get my fingers warmed up and not do anything too crazy to start off with, just so I can get my fingers warmed up and just get ready, you know. Then after I've done that for a little bit, I normally just instantly go to 1.4x speed, and then I just build and try to do as many things as I can on this crazy amount of speed, even if that's practicing your double edits, triple edits, whatever you can do pretty much at this speed. So just to make sure you get really warm and speedy, right? And then after this we're gonna go to normal. So what I do is I basically go on 5 minutes of free building on 0.8, or like 3 minutes of free building on 0.8, then like 2 minutes on 1.4, and then I go to like 5 minutes of normal speed, because after you've played about 2 or 3 minutes of 1.4, edits should be really easy for you, and it should be pretty much impossible to miss an edit, as you have just learned to play with like extremely fast speed. So you basically just want to try to do as many edits as consistent as possible, focus on your crosshair placement, focus on doing as minimal movements every time you edit as you can, and then try to be consistent and not choke as many edits. And then that's a quick 10-minute mechanic warm-up right there. So that's pretty much what I do for mechanics. For my most important part of my warm-up routine and my aim and a little bit of builds as well, and more like realistic building and peaks, I normally hop into this Martos Faye box PvP map, which is a really good and fun way to just get your aim warm, get your mechanics warm, and make sure you do good peaks. I'm pretty sure you're about like 10 players-ish every single round. And then it's basically just so you play to get your aim and mechanics very warm. And this is honestly probably one of my favorite maps that I've ever used. It just gets me so ready, you know, for the day, and just makes my aim so consistent. In my opinion, I'd prefer to play this over 200s. As in 200s, it's kind of unrealistic because you're just standing there and you have to hit a max and no one's really building or peeking. Everyone's just only focusing on the aiming. So in my opinion, this is probably the most important thing of my day in my warm-up routine and my everyday success, I guess, when it comes to a good day of competitive Fortnite. So I recommend you guys to play this map for about 20 to 30 minutes every day. That's at least what I do. I just start my day off with free builds and then I go in here and play this for like 20 to 30 minutes every single day. So that's probably the best warm-up routine you can get in my opinion. So I'll put some clips on the screen right now of me playing this map, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Now for the most important thing in this whole video, aim and game sense. A lot of people spend most of their times on improving their mechanics because it looks the coolest and having a flashy playstyle impresses most people. But the reality is that mechanics basically doesn't matter. There's two similarities that every tier 1 pro has, and that is good game sense and good aim. Being able to hit all your shot in the tournament and not miss is a skill that very few people have. But that's the reason people like Thomas HD, Tayson, Veno, and a lot of other tier 1s is as good as they are. It's because they can go a whole tournament without missing a single shot. Every time they get put into a bad situation, they can always clutch with hitting a hard shot. With mechanics, if you get into a box with another player, you can't build your way out of it. But even more important than aim comes game sense. Being able to play a perfect mid game to then have almost cap mats into the end game is probably the hardest and most important skill in Fortnite that only a handful of people in the whole entire world master. If you get into every end game with cap mats, you will 95% of the time do good that game. This is why players like Tayson, Veno, Cammy, Seti, Queasy, Thomas consistently get top 5 in every tournament. This is why VOD reviewing and studying the game is so important. Having 3 hours of VOD reviews every day will make you improve 99% more than 3 hours of brainless creative 1v1s or zone wars for that matter. I'm not saying you should spend 3 hours a day VODing, but a good thing that will make you improve a lot and make you a lot better at the game is after every tourney to get your duo and a player you respect / an outside's perspective to go through your games for about 1 hour and learn from your mistakes. To conclude today's video, if you follow and do everything I told you in this video, I can guarantee you will drastically improve and see results within the first months, maybe even weeks of you adding this to your everyday routine. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, consider leaving a like and a comment and tell me what you guys think of these type of videos, where me as a pro explains to you guys the best and fastest ways to improve. And as always, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace out.